Hey y'all, today I'll be teaching how you can make this honeybee snow globe. So I am starting with this bee UVDTF from Sweary Kim and also a 24-ounce blank from her. I'll have that link below along with my code Sasha to save. I am using snow globe solutions from Adhesive Apothecary. So I'm using medium flow solution, and then I'm also mixing salted caramel motionless magic so that it can have a tint to it. And then I'm also using some gold mica powder from PDB Creative Studio called Fancy Pants just to give it like some shimmer to it. And then I'm filling all of this up in an empty bottle from Adhesive Apothecary, and this whole entire thing will just fill up the 24-ounce snow globe. But I definitely think this mixture gives like a honey look because of the golden color, and then it also has like that shimmer in it, which makes it really pretty. So you want to fill that all the way up, plug the hole, and then this is how it turned out. But before we go any further, make sure you like and subscribe, more to come. So now that we have it all filled up, I'm going to get ready to lay the UVDTF on it. So I'm using adjustable tumbler stand from KellBell Custom. I have that link below. And then with 16-ounce glass wraps, I typically cut them up so that I can use them as if they were an element sheet. So I just cut it up and placed it all around the cup. And then once I had that done, I did go ahead and seal this cup after, just so that it can have like some shine to it, and so that I can make sure the UVDTF was sealed in. The next thing that I want to do is make a drip for it. And also I'm going to use this for the tumbler lid also. So I'm mixing titania and sun glow glitters from PDB Creative Studio to apply that to the lid. So, and I'm using fast set also, so it's going to dry fast. So I'm going to apply that to the lid. Just make sure you get it everywhere. I'm using a popsicle stick, but you can use like a paintbrush also if that works, or maybe possibly even your finger. I just haven't tried it with my finger. I just use a popsicle stick, and then that's how it turned out. And then I'm also going to use the same epoxy because it is fast set for my drips also, and I did a double drip. It did dry fast because it's a fast set, and my room was fairly warm, so it probably dried in about 20 minutes. Not cured, but dry to touch. And so the next day, after it was completely dry and that's how it turned out, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add parts to the lid so that the lid isn't just plain. So I'm using some white Sculpey clay. I'm going to cut out some pieces to make it look like it's honeycomb basically. It's pretty simple. You just use like a tool that is flat on one end and make the honeycomb shape. And then I probably made about 6 of these, and then also baked it at 275 for 15 minutes per the instructions on the back. Based on whatever clay you're using, you want to follow the instructions on how to bake it, but that's just what I did. And then I let it cool down before I went any further with it. So once it was cool, I started gluing the parts onto the lid. I figured since I made 6, I would just put 3 on each side just to give it that honeycomb look. And then I'm using hot glue as always, just to make sure that it's in place prior to me going back over and epoxying it. So you don't need a little bit of hot glue, you don't need a lot. And then make sure that it gets placed where it needs to be. And then after you have it placed where it needs to be, what I did do was I went back in with some black acrylic paint and I kind of outlined the honeycombs just so that it would give it a little bit more dimension and so that it could stick out. And then I also glued on these little pieces of bees that I got from a rhinestone pack from PDB. I just put like 2 small bees on, but I thought that was cute too. So after I had all of that on and I started outlining it with the black acrylic paint, I epoxied it. So with the black acrylic paint, I didn't use the paintbrush edge of it. I used the opposite side because I feel like the other end of the paintbrush is always more precise because it's smaller, so it helps me with lines better. So that's what I used while I was going back and outlining the honeycombs, and I did that for all 6 of them, and it dried fairly fast. I would say it dried by the time I was ready to epoxy it. So that's how it turned out. And then I went back in with more fast set epoxy and I sealed everything in, and then you want to let everything dry. You do want to make sure that your entire cup and lid is sealed good before you say it's completely done. That's just what I like to do. I want to make sure that everything's sealed in, but that's how it turned out. I've been really loving working with snow globes lately. I hope that this mixture helps someone create a snow globe tumbler for a bee themed cup. I hope everyone enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you try it out, and thank you for watching.